There's you back.
I'm out, baby.
Pilates King.
I'm back.
Pilates King.
Bitch, I'm back.
Doing the downward dog or the downward diggity?
The downward dog.
Or was it the rocking? Rocking like a baby.
Rocking like a baby.
Was that what you?
It flopped. It's definitely one of the funniest things I've done that flop. That's so sad. I actually thought I'd do well.
But it is always the way though, whenever we say we think something's funny, no one seems to think it's funny. This episode's gonna be shit! Let's go!
This is episode 63 of the Backpack Podcast.
G'day and welcome to the MacBack Podcast.
We're back.
My name's Jake McKenna and to my left, this week in order of the most minutes spent listening to Spotify, it's my little brother Joe. How are you, Joe boy?
Jake, I'm going great, and yeah, this year I had 56,000 minutes listening to Spotify, and most of that was Kanye West.
You, Jen to my right, coming in 6:01 as he does each and every week as the baby brother of the pack. Who we call Junior Boy. Junior Boy, how are you?
I dedicated my year to Olivia Rodrigo. 36,000 minutes.
That is massive, boys. Got a huge episode of the MacBack Podcast.
As always.
Junior Boy, you went down south with your mates.
With the boys.
Junior Boy, you went to hospital by yourself.
Yep.
And I nearly put Mum into hospital by playing golf over the weekend.
Fuck yeah.
I hit a shot, I'll tell you later, but I hit a shot. It was truly a 1 in a million, and it didn't end too flash. Speaking of millions,
Ooh.
a bunch of old ladies won $80 million, so we chat about what we do with $80 million. Plus, we announce a massive guest who we got on next week's ep. It's huge. Let's get into it. Boys.
Brother
Mingo.
How are we all? We all well?
Fantastic.
I'm well now, but I wasn't a little
Mate,
while
you've had
ago.
a long week. Since the last time we sat in the studio,
Yep.
you went away,
Yep.
then you came back.
Went to work.
You went
Fucked
to work.
me back.
Fuck, not at work. Did you fuck it at work?
Yep.
You did fuck it at work. That's
Yep.
not good.
Then went away.
Nice.
Was in agony. Came back. Went to hospital. And now I'm back, baby.
He's back. Literally back. He's back. He's back.
I'm back in action.
So what was it? You had back spasms.
Yeah, so me and the boys a few weeks ago were wrestling at Prees. Before we went out one night.
Yeah.
It's a classic city night, I think. Went to one of the boys' house. All the boys were like, we're all drunk, so we're like, let's have some fun. We'll wrestle, da-da-da. And then I was wrestling Big Ed.
Jesus.
Not a good call. He started, I was laying on his chest. He grabbed my neck and strained me back a little bit. And then I was lifting heavy boxes at work above me head, and that absolutely fucked it. But there was some tomfoolery that I got up to down south, which did not help this.
Oh, no.
Which I haven't told anyone about yet.
Go on.
So there were 8 boys staying in this B&B.
Yeah.
There were meant to be 8 boys staying in this B&B.
Yeah.
We went down to Falcon down in Mandurah. And
Shout out to Falcon.
but of course, you can't be leaving out Big Ed. So Big Ed had to come down, and he was our 9th.
He wasn't invited.
No, he was invited, but
No.
not enough beds for him. So one person was on the couch.
Okay. Who
Yeah.
was that? Not him.
I was like rotated a bit.
Okay.
One of the boys wanted to sleep out on the balcony one night.
Oh, sounds lovely.
Yeah, classic. Anyway, but so the tomfoolery started with we're boys. We're getting a bit sloshed, and the lady who knew we were staying there knew that there was 18-year-old lads
Yeah.
staying there. It's owned by this older couple who also live in Falcon. I think they have a fair few B&Bs down there.
Oh, must be very
Yeah,
nice.
And the house we were staying in, it's pretty nice, but obviously they own a fair few, and the materials that they made the house with, relatively cheap.
Oh.
Keep this in mind, right?
Yeah.
So the boys were like, let's not break the bond.
Yeah.
Let's not.
You want to get it back?
Like, we want to have some fun. We want to get a bit crazy, but be very careful. And obviously I had hurt my back, so I wasn't involving myself too much in the tomfoolery that was happening. All the other boys were there. There was a lot of wrestling going on.
Okay. Yeah.
You know my boys love a wrestle. So, but there was one day where one of the boys, we're all in the master bedroom, and
The start of every good
One of
story when it's just 8 boys
master bedroom,
one of the boys who
no clothes.
having a rest.
doesn't do much wrestling was chatting shit to me.
Okay.
So I was like, I got to give this.
Have we got a name?
We got to give my boy a wrestle.
Are we dropping a name?
Kozo.
Shout out to
King
Kozo.
Kozo.
Kozo listens.
And so I jumped on the bed with him, started wrestling, but my back started hurting, obviously, because I hurt my back.
Yeah.
And so I kind of gave up a bit and let him roll on top of me, and he kind of choked me out, tapped. And then he stood up, and he kept talking shit. I didn't like him talking shit.
Oh.
So I stood up, ran over to him. Didn't run over, I took a few steps over to him, picked up one of his legs.
Hey, was he walking away at this point?
No, he was standing up against the wall. Picked up one of his legs, and he went flying back into the drywall.
Oh,
and made a
no.
ripper of a hole
There's a Cosmo-sized
which we'll
hole in the
share.
wall.
on Friday.
Oh no!
Oh my
There's a
god.
Cosmo-sized
A
hole in the
fucking
wall.
huge wall. And all the boys were like, all right, let's be very careful with, especially Big Ed. He can get pretty crazy, and a few other boys can get pretty crazy. So
What day was this? Was this early?
This was the day before we left.
Oh,
This happened at-
so close.
And the worst part was, we were sober as fuck. Like, this happened at like 3 p.m. on a Thursday. So
Yeah.
we were all fine. And obviously my head was in Cosmo's gut as I heard the crunch through the wall. So I was like, oh.
Did you feel like a superhero when you just thrown him through the wall?
Yeah, I did talk it up a little bit.
Was it his thick ass that went through
Of
the wall?
course,
Yeah,
of course.
nice.
But he
Yeah, that thick ass
he was
booty.
very disappointed. I heard the crack and I heard all the boys go, ooh. And Cosmo did not look happy, but it caused a lot of good fun. And then we messaged the chick. We were like, all right, what do we do? Do we tell her like as we're leaving? Do we tell her when she
Nah,
comes to
tell her
hand over the
straight away.
keys, or do we tell her right away? And we thought we'd be good lads and tell her right away. And she handed the phone over to her husband.
Oh.
He was not happy, but I was like, all right. I was like, yeah, I'll pay it all. Like it was my fault. Fair enough.
Yeah.
man.
Mind you, if Cosmo wasn't as thick and juicy as he is.
Guess how much it was, boys?
$80. I don't know. Is it?
Drywall. You see how big that hole was?
Yeah. Okay, I would say $350.
Yeah, $330. I was pretty happy with that.
Okay,
that's
that's
decent.
alright.
So I forked it out. I put it on the table, and we were like, all right, cool. We've sorted it. We had to leave. This is me holding the cash. This is me at the ATM getting the cash out that night. We were like, all right, we're all good. We've dealt with that situation. She's not that angry. She got the quotes for us. It's all good. And then
I reckon overquoted. Do you reckon? Who's got a B&B that and he's quoting like exactly the amount? You just
You get a little profit.
yeah
probably.
you
For
put
that.
but, I mean, fair
mark
enough.
up, mark
Fair
up
enough. Fair
fee.
enough. I thought it'd be a lot more than that because it was a big hole.
It's
Anyway.
a thick ass.
Exactly. And we were leaving on Friday morning, so there was likely to be a family or people coming in Friday afternoon for the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they came in at 10 a.m. Luckily, we had
The
all
owners
left
or
the next day.
family?
No, the
Yeah.
owners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had all left the next morning, 10 a.m. They come in, and we're like, all right, we've left the money on the table. They were happy. We're all good. They were like, we expect the house to be in like good
Spotless.
condition other than this, because like you broke our wall, and
Cosmo's still lodged.
Put all
in
the trash in the wall.
and so we're like, all right, fair enough. Emptied all the bins, did a vacuum, did a bit of a mop, cleaned all the everything.
Yeah.
Then we get a message a few hours later. Who did you let live in this house? They were not happy.
Really?
Yeah, they were very pissed. They sent us the messages. Oh, the guy who was running it sent us the message. Ryan, who exactly stayed in this house? Who vomited in the main bathroom as my drain is now blocked? And I'm pretty sure for the house to be clean, you must have, that means the upstairs, drain is not clogged. The barbecue's fucked.
What happened to the
It's
barbecue?
disgusting as fuck.
What happened to the barbecue?
Well, that's the thing. There were two boys, Cov Dog and Big Ed.
Just throwing
we had
everyone under the bus.
We had a barbie on like the first night or something, and they put the onions on the barbie to start cooking. They went black within seconds because it was dirty as fuck. So they had to cook it with like the foil tray on top of the stuff. So it wasn't even us that fucked the barbie. So we went back at her
Oh, good.
because I was like, oh, okay.
Do you want to read the full message? Is it suitable for children?
I'm not too sure it's suitable for children. But yeah, they were not happy. So we did have to pay an extra like $80 of cleaning fees that they dogged us in for. But it was a good
What do
time.
they expect?
Yeah, that's what he said. He was like, I mean, I did tell you there were 18 people. I mean,
18-year-old.
18-year-olds staying in your house. Like, what do you expect, pretty much?
Yeah.
And yeah, we got away with it. So,
Hell yeah.
Nice. Well,
yeah.
that's.
But I don't think Gozzo will be getting many more B&B stays on that account. You might,
Oh, yeah,
might
that's
have
the
to create
thing.
a new one.
I've had a couple of trips away with the boys, and it's everyone will like, oh yeah, let's go away, let's go
Yeah.
down south, let's get a house, whatever. And like, all right, who wants to do the booking? And it's just crickets.
Yeah, no one's interested.
Yeah.
You gotta have a
that
burner B&B account that is just getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Is the text thread good? How did the boys react?
Well, the boy who yacked in the sink yacked on the first night. And Cozzo, I've videos of Cozzo, I'll put them up. Videos of Cozzo scooping out the vomit. Because he did clog the sink, but Cozzo put like boiling water down it all and everything.
How
And
shit's the sink?
she was not happy. There was also another time, hopefully they don't listen to this. podcast. we stormed in the toilet.
What?
We stormed in the toilet while one of the boys was just about to have a shower. Butt ass
In the
naked.
toilet? Or
Yeah, like one of the boys unlocked the door and we opened the doors. And
oh,
one
it's
of
a
the boys,
toilet shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And one of the boys was butt ass naked. and about
Which boy?
Cade.
Shout out to
Love
Cade.
About to get in the shower.
We'll put the photo up here.
And so he came out like covering everything, just like was like, oh, yeah, tomfoolery. And then he put the towel around him, and then Edmund came, Big Ed came running in, ready to tackle Cade. And then Cade went flying down, tripped, and then slammed his back against the drain. That, like, you know the drains that like go into the wall next to the toilet, and that popped out a little bit. We were able to pop that back in, so we're all good. We got away with that one. Yeah.
Oh my god! It sounds like quite a
Good times. But Cade was not willing to pay. He was like, "Fuck off! I'm not paying the sink fee," because we thought that'd be a lot more. But we got away with it. But yeah, that bat when I lifted up Cosmo and put him into the wall, hurt the fuck out of me back.
Oh, that's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Spotify Wrapped week.
Hell yes.
How'd we go? Did we all win?
It's
Did
good
we
times.
We won.
Did we
It's
win
always, it
Spotify?
happened when I was down south. It pops out and everyone's like, "Hell yeah!"
Do you reckon anyone else is interested? Like, could you tell me one other person, just any information from any other person who shared theirs on their social media?
No.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. But I do like looking at it when it comes up. It's like, oh yeah.
It is fun to look back on the year you've had. 'Cause
Yeah, but I don't think like the sharing, and I shared it myself, but I don't think anyone gives a fuck. Like,
there was a few years ago where I didn't think it was legit. I thought it was a bit fucking messed up because mine was really thrown off, and I had like artists that I didn't listen to in it. But yeah.
that's what. They
But now
always
they're
say.
getting a bit more accurate.
That's
I was a
what
bit
they
pissed when
always
they fucking released it because I was like, stop doing Spotify Wrapped and focus on the MacPack podcast.
say. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the biggest issue that I had was that Spotify Wrapped was just like peppering me with emails, but the Spotify support team, I was not.
Yeah.
Managed to get that sorted. So thanks to everyone for your patience. We had the 3 biggest days we've ever had in regards to downloads when it got put back on. So
Oath.
shout out to everybody who has tuned in
Catch up, gang.
and who is tuning in at the moment. It truly means a lot.
Hell yeah. So who was your top artist, boys?
Kanye West.
I was Mac Miller.
Kanye West.
Oh.
Huge.
Very nice.
But
They don't do any songs together, do they?
No.
I don't think so, no.
Kanye wasn't in any of my top 5 songs.
What
Oh,
was?
Yeah, run us through your entire list. Right?
Number 1, rap star Polo G. Number 2, Deja Vu, Olivia Rodrigo. Number 3, Martin Gina, Polo G. Number 4, Good For You, Olivia Rodrigo. And number 5, Driver's License, Olivia Rodrigo.
I think
Just Olivia and Polo G.
Yeah.
I don't know who Polo G is.
He's like a Chicago rapper, a young Chicago rapper.
Nice.
Similar to
Very
Kanye.
cool, very cool. Right,
Yeah.
Jake? what is
No,
yours?
I'm not doing it. I just told you that I don't care.
Oh, you
about
don't know
what-
where it-
I don't care what anyone else says, like in their thing, so I'm not going to sprout mine. It was Mac Miller. It was
Throw me under the bus.
Mac Miller,
Yeah.
Sam Fender. You do the math.
Hell
Bit
yeah.
of a damn. No, I guess I'll do mine now.
Yeah.
So my top song, Self Control by Frank Ocean. Next
Yeah.
song,
Banger.
Not All Who Wander Who Are Lost by Lana Del Rey. I listened to that 100 times over one weekend where I wasn't having the best of times. Jail by Kanye West. Meet Me
Banger.
at Our Spot, which is the...
Hey.
Got a vibe.
Got a vibe.
Oh, right. Okay.
And Good For You by Olivia Rodrigo.
Hell yeah.
Again, like I don't really know any of these people.
Yeah, it is hard because like you think it's cool.
That's the thing.
No one else does.
No one else cares. That's what
I mean, unless I do see some and I'm like, we're in like the same musical genre. I'm like, that's cool.
I saw one other person who had listened to like a similar, and I couldn't even tell you who it was. I was just like, oh, that looked like shit I'd be interested in.
Yeah, I know. I think it's nice. People get excited about it. Although one thing is when people, they'll post it and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, so true." It's like it
Yeah.
is true because it's exactly what you did.
Yeah.
It is facts.
Literally 100% accurate. Well, it was massive to see so many people fucking sharing like
The
MacPack
Mac Pack.
themed
Oh, yeah, that
ones.
was
That was cool. I was actually quite overwhelmed by how many people.
I was at a party with one of the boys and he didn't share it. But he said that he reckons he was the top MacPack listener, Adam Quill, over 4,000 minutes.
That's a lot.
I think
I think he played catch up game.
Megan Murray was talking to me on Saturday. I think she had upwards of 5,000
Fuck.
minutes.
Do we even have that many?
I don't even know what we've got. Like it doesn't
How many do we have? How many minutes do we have? 60 times.
60 by 60,
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, but maybe they're re-listening.
but that's last year. How much was
Mm.
that?
That's 3,600.
Jesus. So that means she's listened to every episode twice.
Almost.
Yeah, she was quite drunk, so she could be wrong.
Even Adam Quill, how's he done that?
Well, I mean, we do have a few other episodes, like Leftovers and
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah,
31
true,
Kids.
I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know. Huge scene. So thanks to everyone for pinging in their messages. I reckon
Huge of true.
over the last year, we've definitely had... We saw a massive spike when you went to... What do you call that place?
Magnet.
The court or Magnet? Yeah, whenever you got kicked out of there.
Yeah.
And then we had a little bit of a flare up when we had G on, which was fantastic.
Yeah, but
he was fucking like pissing funny. His episodes were really good.
King.
But I reckon next week is even bigger, boys.
Hell yeah.
And I don't think any of the guests who we've had on previously
Nope.
would be at all hurt.
Definitely not.
No, surely not.
Because next week we're going to be joined by one of the AFL's greatest newcomers.
Both.
He won the 2021 Rising Star Award last year.
Hell yes.
He also put a little flag next to that name when he won
Hell yeah.
the 2021 Premiership
I was
Hell
cheering him
yeah.
on. I was cheering him on.
in his hometown of Perth.
Hell
at
yeah.
Optus
He's a Perth
Stadium.
boy.
He's a ruckman. He's a legend.
Yes.
Next week, we are joined. The MacPack podcast is joined by none other than Mr. Luke Jackson.
Luke Jackson!
Huge. It truly will be a massive episode of the MacPack podcast. We've got plenty of stories to chat with him. I'm sure you guys have plenty of questions to ask him.
Fuck yeah. What's it like playing in the AFL and winning the Premiership?
So make sure that you slide into our DMs with your questions.
Fuck yeah.
You
Slide
got to
in-
get in quick because he's coming.
He's coming tomorrow. This episode comes out on Friday. He's joining us Saturday morning. So make sure you get your questions in quick. Make sure you get your stories in quick because it's basically going to be a quick fire round with Lukey Jacks.
And guess where he's coming straight from, Jake?
He's coming from Body Magic.
Body Magic.
He's coming straight from Body Magic, just down the
Putting
road.
in a gym sesh, then he's coming in and putting in a sesh with the Mac.
We've got plenty in common. We're both just absolute athlete trainers. that
Absolute
way,
rigs.
The three of us.
And you're all ready to play in the AFL next season.
It should be
Yes.
absolutely huge. We cannot wait. I am beyond excited, and I know you boys are too.
Fuck yeah.
And by the
It's gonna
sounds of
be
things,
spectacular.
by the sounds of things, he seems fucking super keen to come on as well.
Oh, since Pies got knocked out, these are like my boys.
Nah, that's
Pretty well.
cute. Look
It
at
was-
Riley just
Yeah,
on
look
his
at
hands.
bandwagon.
Just get on the wagon, boys. Lukey Jackson. Fuck
Nah,
yeah.
it'll be absolutely huge scene, so we can't wait. So make sure that you join us this time next week as we are laxing with Luke Jackson right before the Christmas break. All right, boys, as I just mentioned, next week is going to be absolutely huge for the
Fucking
MacPack
hell.
podcast. But it could have gone one of two ways after the weekend that I had. When I played golf on Saturday with Mum,
Lovely
I was,
day
meant to be
for it.
I was meant to be playing with the boys on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
That match was quickly abandoned.
Why? What happened?
Basically, after the events that happened on Saturday, I decided it probably wasn't safe for me to be at the course anymore.
Oh.
For those playing along at home,
Shit.
quickly disclaimer, Mum is fine, but the next story they're about to tell basically has a sliding door type moment, doesn't it?
Yeah. Could have gone differently.
Yeah.
Could have gone very differently. So we,
It could have been a very sad episode of the MacPack podcast.
Oh, shit.
100%, we would have just not done one, I reckon.
You always got to do it.
Content is king.
That's why we never have to find out.
Now, we went down to Armidale. Now, Armidale was the place that me and Mum played at during that grand final week.
Yep.
And we ended up making the chick who works there stay late. That whole story, remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what-
Very angry.
You took ages. You left the flags out.
Yeah, she got her revenge on this occasion.
Nice.
A little bit more of a subtle power move than what I was expecting, but we'll get to that. Anyway, it wasn't a huge amount of crowd down there,
Yep.
but we had a bunch of people playing behind us, and they were pretty quick.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got the pressure coming from behind.
Yeah, and I'm having an absolute mare.
The pressure from the behind.
We finally, oh nice, we finally make our way to the fifth hole. It's only the fifth hole. We've been there for about an hour, so we're actually making pretty good time. But the boys behind us really just up our ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mum starts hitting the ball pretty well after she's not really hitting them well all day.
Good mum.
And I smacked the shit out of one ball and hit it fantastically. So after 5 holes, we
Jack.
basically played one good shot each, and this was it.
Yep.
She reckons my ball's gone up and nearly hit the group in front of us, and I was blatantly like, no, surely not. I don't actually hit the ball that far. It looks like it goes a lot further than it does, but never seems to get up there.
Never.
Never.
Yeah. You've never hit the ball far when I played.
Never.
Anyway, so she then proceeds to play her shot and actually smacks it a fair way. We're in the
Because
buggies.
Mum's been liking golf.
Yeah, well, she's been playing a fair bit. Like, we go whenever basically I'm available. She'll be like, okay, well,
Let's do it.
She's been getting around and she's been getting good.
let's go down. Yeah, it's good fun. It's never competitive. It's always pretty light. But on this occasion, I don't know when we'll go back after this event because it gets pretty... It got dark quick.
Okay.
Weather-wise.
We're having a really bad time. Like, none of us are playing great shots.
Yeah.
We've just played 2 good shots.
Nice.
Her ball's now like up on the edge of the green,
Oh, good stuff, mum.
and she's in the buggy, and she goes, "Oh, look, there's your ball, like up on the green as well." And I was like, "There's no
Nice.
way I've hit this ball 270 meters."
Not that good.
As we get closer, it just looks like it's a leaf.
leaf.
Yeah, and it
There's
was
so many things
was a
on
leaf.
the golf course that look like golf balls.
yeah, a
You
leaf.
find that out the hard way.
A leaf is one of them. And I quickly just do a quick 180, and my ball is like well back.
Fuck.
The classic. It's embarrassing driving the buggy back down the.
Oh,
Yeah, and with the boys
They're very
behind
good
us,
drive.
they're about to tee off. So I was like, oh shit, I'll just grab a club out of the bag and run back and play my ball. So I quick
Slower, but seems like you're in a hurry.
it looks a little bit less. I'm less of a target for anyone to hit.
It's
as
almost
well.
like when you're going in front of a car as a pedestrian and you do your little, oh, I'm jogging, I'm running.
Yeah,
It's like, is it quicker?
It's
Probably
not
not.
quicker. It just looks
But
like you're showing
you're
more
putting in
effort.
the effort.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, I said to Mum, how far do you reckon the ball is away from the hole? She's like, oh, about 100 meters.
Mum being the caddy.
So I just go, okay, I'll just grab a 9-iron and just run over and smack this ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I do one practice shot. My back's really sore. I've had a sore back the whole time we've been playing. That's why I've been playing so terribly, right? Nice little asterisk on mine.
Oh yeah,
My
gotta
shit.
have a fucking
Of
excuse.
course.
Well, that was what was going to be the asterisk on why this golf cart was so bad. But the next shot meant that I genuinely had a reason for that asterisk. I hit this 9-iron really well.
Good stuff, Jake.
Probably the best shot I've played all day.
Bang, baby.
And it is in line with none other than the woman who's just made her way onto the green.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
mummy.
My mother. And I've immediately just yelled out, heads!
Oh, shit.
Thinking,
Not a great thing to hear. when you're on the
No.
golf
No.
course.
and I'm thinking it's going to go either too short or too far. Because
They
I've
always
done it.
do.
I've done it a few times. Like we've been playing and they come close, but they never get you.
Never.
It's so hard for a ball that is like as small as a nut
Yeah.
to basically trundle into
Bigger
someone
than
at any point in time, right?
Yeah.
How big are your nuts? And then as it's getting closer and closer and closer, I get more and more fearful that it's going to clock her. So what was heads becomes heads. And she turns to look at me. Like she was putting and now she's turned to look at me and she's almost lined herself up exactly with the ball. And it's almost like she's drawn crosshairs on her head. Because that ball hit her smack bang on the head.
Ooh, mummy.
And she immediately just like went down on the ground.
Fuck.
Like
She's
just
down.
hand on the
Oh.
head,
Fuck.
down on the ground, and she's
Fuck.
just laying on the green.
And you're
Stress levels.
already writing the eulogy.
And I decided to run up to the golf ball. I run
Play
up
my
to it,
shot in.
Priority.
Get up,
Yeah.
mum. We're going on to the next one.
We're
go
not
and get
gonna-
my ball out of the hole, a nice little eagle.
Does your head count as a stroke?
And so I make my way up there. Mum is still laying on the floor.
Fuck.
As I approach the green, she's gotten up and
Just to be clear, you got the ball
and
first.
she's made her way back down. The ball hit her head so hard it bounced off the green and it was like
In line with your run.
yeah, I ran past it and just like scooped it up as I
Yeah,
was coming
yeah.
through.
No slight detour away from.
I couldn't know.
No sidestep.
You weren't there. And then so I'm making my way out to the green and she's making her way down. The fact that she's laying on the floor, I was like, oh, maybe she's taking the piss. Like it struck her
Yeah.
on the head.
Mum's
Hasn't
doing
hurt.
gag.
A classic gag. I just got hit in the head with a golf ball. What am I gonna do? Have a
Pretend-
little gag.
Pretend to be
Gag, bro.
gag.
Lie down. Hilarious. And
She wasn't doing
things
gags.
mum loves to do as a gag, hit the floor.
I've
One of the
never
classics.
I've literally never seen mum go on the floor.
Yeah,
like, lay
that's
down on
actually
the
true.
floor.
Was
Ever.
it like did it look like a prop fall? Like
No, it was so slow. She like placed herself, like she lay down. She actively lay down, which made me think like,
Oh, it's a gag.
yeah, I was like, she's laid herself down. That's like funny.
Yeah, yeah. Because if.
But
yeah.
the noise it made when it hit her head was so loud. Yeah, that. It literally, I could hear it from 100 meters away. And it was such, you can't believe how good a shot it was. Like, if it didn't hit her, great shot. Unfortunately, it hit her quite hard.
Fuck.
Because as I've approached the green, I've seen her and she's still holding her head.
Mm.
And I thought, okay, she's not, this is actually quite, you know how mum looks when she's a bit flustered? Like, she's just like a bit all over the place. Yeah.
Classic mum look.
She's doing that and she's walking towards me crying and holding her head. And I immediately feel terrible.
Of course.
And I work out it's not a gag. And unfortunately, I won't be putting for par. Then she sort of tilts to face me. I was like, you okay? You okay? Trying to gauge, is it a gag? Is it serious? She says no. She just said no and then turned and
No.
faced me. And there is so much blood pouring down her face.
Does she look like she's going to support a footy team and painted her face?
It could, yeah. It wasn't pretty whatsoever.
Oof.
And then she's got her hand on her head. And even like the blood on the face, I was like, oh, it's done like a little scratch. But she's got her hand on her head. She takes her hand off her head.
Fuck.
And she looks at her hand. And I look at her head. And there is so much fucking blood on this white hat, or what was once a white hat,
Like that colour.
and then she shows me her hand and there's blood in her hand, and I've immediately just gone, "You're all good. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. I'm sure you're fine. Like it's all good. How bad?" And she takes the hat off, and there's just so much blood, and I just immediately put the hat back on. Put the hat back on. That'll be fine. Just keep the hat. Push some what do you do? Push weight onto
Pressure,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, just chill that shit out. I quickly, and I'm panicked. I don't really get panicked. I'm a very chill dude. I'm panicked. I'm shaking. I run to the back of my clubs and I'm shaking and I'm just going, "You'll be right. You'll be fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. You're going to be fine." And I just kept saying the word fine as though if I said it 1,000,000 times in a minute, everything would just go back to before I hit that shot. I grab a towel off the back of my golf thing.
Yep.
It's the same towel that I've been using to clean dirt off my club. So it is
put it on the wound.
so it is like black. I immediately just went, "Here, take the towel." And I was just like, "Don't put it on the wound. Keep the hat on and we'll just like wrap you up so it looks like Little Red Riding Hood with this like
scar, a cravat.
yeah, we're doing
My blood cravat.
I'm doing
Like a
accessorizing."
napkin to give a shirt.
And then I was like, what do we do? And I just jumped in the fucking thing and she's like, "We got to go home." And I was like, "Okay, I guess that's what we're going to do."
It's hard.
And I look
being
back,
in a-
I look back, her ball that she was putting is just still on the green.
Oh, was that a good one? Did you go back?
No, I wasn't going. No, that was not the time or
It's hard
place.
when you're in a high pressure situation. You're imagining like some epic chase scene, like I gotta drive, I gotta get safe, and you're in a fucking golf buggy.
It goes so slow, and I'm texting you as we're driving, and I'm scared to I'm scared to tell Mum how scared I am. So I was just like, "You'll be right, you'll be fine, you'll be fine." I'm texting Joe, going, "Oh my god, I just killed Mum. Oh my god, I've just killed Mum."
Yeah, I got the text come through.
The text chain was quite incredible. It all happened quick. Like, I can't stress how fast everything was happening, and these texts that I was sending through were maybe 2 seconds after each other. It's just like
pretty
bang,
quick.
bang, bang. Because I didn't want to call you either, because that would have stressed Mum out. Because if Mum had heard my voice going, "Yeah,
She might not make
it's
it.
pretty bad, man."
So I get a text, "Yo, help. I hit Mum." And now this is an interesting text to receive on a Saturday morning. So I knew you guys were at golf. So now the scenarios are sort of flinging through my head. I'm thinking, he goes, "Yo, help, I hit Mum."
3 possibilities.
And it's weird, he says, "Yo, help," which doesn't seem, there's no exclamation marks. It didn't seem that urgent. It was like more like, "Yo, help, I hit Mum." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then I imagine like, oh, they're out at golf. Maybe they've had an argument and my first thought he's hit her, like he's swung the club at her.
Which would be a first ever. Can we just get that
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
record?
but
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
not something I do. Like, oh,
this is
again? No.
This is my
Like,
head.
was it 6-iron, was it? Or what did you do with?
This is my head going through the possibilities. That's the first thing I think. I'm like, no, surely not. Next thing I think is he's driving the buggy and has somehow
Through her.
missed her and like run over her. And I'm like, because he's like, he hit someone with the car. And then I was like, what? And he just goes, "Yeah, not good. She's bleeding a lot." And then I was like, "What do you mean?" And then it clicked in my head. I was like, "Oh, with the golf ball." But even that, I imagined it like you're teeing off
yeah.
and she's like standing off to the side.
That's exactly how I
and it
imagined
just shot up and hit her straight,
Nah, she
which
was.
I think would be a lot worse.
Yeah, it would have
Oh,
been
that
coming
would
in
kill.
way quicker. Like,
Because you got a mean drive.
Yeah, take it away. Hey.
thanks, guys. Anyway, we get back to the clubhouse, and I was like, "What do we do? What do we do?" We're at Armidale, we're with that chick, and I know that she's working, and I was really nervous to do this again, because in my mind, I'm just thinking every time we go to this place,
Chaos.
something weird keeps
Chaos
happening. She must think we're part of some like weird punked type skit. Like it's surprise, and it's just so many episodes dedicated to this one chick.
It's like a long con.
Anyway, we get in, and there's so many people around. Like, I'm trying to pack up the bag, get everyone, like, get to the car. And, like, Mum's just, I was like, "What are you going to do?" I was like, "Surely you get an ice pack, or, like, do we call a hospital? Do we get an ambulance?" I don't know how bad this thing is. I haven't looked at your head. I don't like blood.
Yeah.
But there seems to be a lot of it. And it's just, like, old blokes, like, just looking at Mum, just being like, "Oh, how you going?" And not really accepting.
If I saw that much blood,
I don't know what.
we've seen the photos of the hat. If I've seen that much blood on someone,
Yeah.
Surely you're
I
like
don't
rushing to do something.
yeah, I would
We're
run
just,
to
we're
them. and
just
be
like, "How you going?"
"What can
And
I
just like
do?"
looking at her. And you know how when you have like glazed eyes, like, "Oh, that's not normal," but you don't want to try it. That's what happened.
Yeah.
She walked into the clubhouse and she asked the woman who we frequently have these meetups with, one of the owners there. And she's like, "Oh, do you have an ice pack?" And she goes, "No, we don't have an ice pack, sorry."
Which you think?
And then she just looked at Mum going, "Oh." That was it. Like, didn't
ask if she was okay.
nah. I don't even think she said like that's a lot of blood or anything.
I
like
can't
that.
believe
I
they
reckon.
don't have.
You could
like,
actually sue.
I don't know.
I can't
Feel
believe they
like
don't have
Duty
I
of care.
think the duty of care lands on me, doesn't it?
Surely this isn't the first time someone's been hit by a golf ball.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's
sure.
like the only bad thing that can happen at the place.
we get
or buggy attack.
we get in the back of the car. Your text responses were all time because I'm asking everyone where they are.
Yeah.
So you weren't home, Dad wasn't home, Joe wasn't home. You ping through a request to get dropped into Cardinia at 7:30.
Yeah.
Time and place.
Find a
man.
party.
Riley's thinking about his night plans, thinking about how pissed he can get at pre.
Absolute
Oh, yeah.
time and place. Anyway, our response to you was funny. We'll share that online.
So I called Riley after
And let him know.
So he sent this message, "Hey, can someone take me to Cardinia at 7:30?" Clearly has no idea that Mum is in a world of pain.
Yeah.
Surely.
So I call Riley because I'm like,
So
"Oh,
much
Riley's
work, man.
not in the know. Better let him know."
Exactly.
So I call him and I go, "Oh, Mum's been hit in the head by the golf ball," and he replies,
My whole thing.
Doing gags.
And then you went on to ask, you're like, so you guys like still playing?
"Yeah,
No, of course we're not
Well-
fucking still playing golf. My mum's bleeding so much. My whole thing, we get in the car and I'm driving home real quick.
Yep.
And like mum's actually like with it and I'm just checking and going like, you okay, to make sure that she's still fucking alive.
Yeah.
But the whole time I'm thinking about her ball that she left on the green.
Oh, really?
Because like the group behind us, with no context, they've seen us struggle through the holes, right?
Yeah.
And they're probably sick of waiting for us.
yeah."
And then she hit her shot, and then they've watched me run back to my ball. And we've all been in that situation. I was like, oh, fucking hurry up.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I've hit my ball. And they would have seen the whole thing
Yeah.
because they're waiting for me to clear off.
Yeah.
So they've seen me hit my ball. They've seen it smack her in the head. They've seen her lay down. They've seen me run over to her. Immediately start stressing. Because that's all you can do when you're behind is watch the group in front of you so they can clear
Yeah.
up, right?
This is all happening, and one guy's just looking at his watch like, "I got fucking plans."
So she's run back down. We get in the buggy and we just immediately just jag it through the bush, like just disappear completely. The whole time I'm wondering because they're like 300 meters away, which is far enough away to see, but not really far enough away, like close enough to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just left the place so fast. But I can only imagine them like just watching it all unfold, going, "I wonder like what the fuck just happened." She's just laying on the fucking green, and then they get up there. They get up there to throw their shots, and her ball's like 2 foot from the fucking hole, and they're just going, "Oh, why don't you just put it in?" Boys, you see in the news this week the $80 million winners.
I did not.
I know. All my girls at my gym won. I didn't buy a fucking ticket. I tell you,
good.
I was giving Gladys shit about the lotto 2 weeks ago. Now I look like a real fucking clown.
What happened? What happened, boys?
So there was like how many chicks? 15?
50.
50.
Yeah, 50.
50.
50.
Oh yeah, it must have been. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to
50,
work out the-
15, 50. So 50 women who go to Curves in
Curves?
some place.
Yeah, it's Body Magic's #1 competitor.
Yeah.
Wait, what are they actually?
They're just like I don't know.
It's a
they're
gym.
just-
Old
It's
ladies'
like a,
gym.
yeah.
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 If you got curves.
Well, I don't know. It's specifically for old ladies.
No, it's not just. There was an 18-year-old chick who was in the winning pot.
Oh,
Essentially, what they
what's her
did.
number?
Oh.
It's subtle. Essentially, what they did was they all put $5 in and bought like a massive lotto ticket. Yeah,
Nice.
For the
$500
$80 million.
ticket. That's quick.
$250.
Yeah, 250.
Okay.
It's a lot of slip picks. So
I
the,
don't
it was
know
80
how it
mil,
works.
so they each won about 1.5.
Yeah, I think they won $1.4 million.
So that 18-year-old chick has 1.5.
Yeah.
Correct.
Not bad.
So, but yeah, it's been split 50 different ways, which is incredible. Mum was telling me that there was one of the old ladies. There's always funny little stories that come out when someone wins like quite a bit of money. It's like, oh, well, you know, Ethel didn't really want to do it this week. And, oh, isn't she laughing now?
Oh.
Because what ended up happening was
Ethel.
everyone put $5 in.
Nice.
And Ethel, or whoever the fucking lady is that we're talking about, really didn't want to part with her $50 for $5 and was just like, oh, like, hang on, I'll see what change I've got. And like scrounged together $5 in like silver coins and gold coins, and then
Shit.
just went, there you go.
And now she's got.
And now she got $1.5 million.
Fuck.
Gee, that's going to be a lot of
And she
coins
didn't-
in the old purse.
And she
Yeah,
didn't want to do
Ethel.
it. Like she was just a bit like, oh yeah, okay, I guess I will then. I guess.
Well, it is.
Imagine knowing. Imagine
a
being in a
hassle.
position where you know, like you've got that forefront.
If you
I'll do it by
knew,
myself,
you'd be
bro.
out there telling all of them, oh, don't put in this week.
Oh,
Waste of time.
They put in every week.
Oh, I don't know.
I think
So
so.
they're all putting in $5
Mum
every
does
month.
Maybe after we
on
get
cash.
Luke on, we'll get one of them on. They can have a yarn.
Ethel.
yeah.
I can get Ethel on.
You're just wearing gold chains. You've got a grill.
That'd be all the time. But it begs the question. Like, they're just in WA. They're just hanging out, just going to the gym, putting in $5.
Putting in work.
Putting in work.
They got curves and 1.5 mil.
yeah, they got curves. I've seen the photos.
Now they all
They
gonna
look
get.
so old, man.
They're all
Like,
gonna get fucking
Here we go.
what do you call it? Like plastic surgery instead of going to get curves. You don't have to put in the work when you go to plastic surgery, baby.
I like what you're thinking.
Get plastic curves.
Can you imagine though,
Plastic
like, because there were a few people from the gym I saw in the article. The lady got interviewed.
People
So
would-
she's had the best fucking morning ever.
Fuck yeah.
She called her 49 friends and told them they're all millionaires.
Oh,
nice.
Very chill morning.
Yeah.
How you
And
going,
then-
Ethel?
But there are a few ladies who didn't.
Remember when you didn't want to pay off, Ethel? It's my cash, baby.
But yeah, there are a few ladies from the gym who didn't put in.
Yeah, how
Like,
awkward.
I would like.
Oh, fuck
Well,
that.
that's I'm kind of like I don't really buy into the whole lotto thing because I have a statistics degree. But if I was at work and everyone was buying lotto, I'm fucking putting in. If everyone at my work wins lotto and I don't,
I'll kill
I'll
myself.
probably kill myself. Yeah.
Yeah, imagine being Ethel. Imagine
No,
if
Ethel won it. Imagine
no,
being,
but like, imagine being Bethel.
Oh, the one who didn't
The
want to
other
get it.
one, yeah. Fuck that.
Well, that
I
there's
know.
always.
What would you do? You'd have to you couldn't be friends with them. You couldn't go to the gym and be like, how's
Well,
life? Oh, I
I
couldn't afford
imagine
my
they're
coffee
going
this
I'm
morning.
imagining they're going to a bit nicer of a gym than Curbs now.
I
Yeah.
think they're still there. I think they're still putting it.
Well, you got to stay
Just
loyal.
rubbing it into everyone else.
Yeah, I don't know. It must be awkward because what would you do? Like, if me and you put in $5 and we won 1.5,
Yeah.
whatever the fucking
It
money.
is awkward, hey.
Would we go to rather like, well, you would have put in $5, so we'll just.
Well, no, you don't.
Oh no, because if you
didn't.
lose, he's not transferring us $5.
Exactly.
Yeah, but there is a line where it's just like it's $5.
Yeah. But
I
there is
get
a line
ya.
where it's $1 million.
Yeah, I get you. That's
If you
fair.
won the lotto, say you win 20 mil,
80 mil.
how much are we getting? How much is the fam getting?
That's a great question. Guess we'll find out.
If you boys won 80 mil, what would you do?
Great question. We actually spoke about this at work on Friday. What I would do is I'd buy property probably in every state, just sort of chill out, and I would go completely off the map, man. Like no one would really. We'd keep doing the podcast. We'd 100% keep doing the podcast, but it would be at like my new place.
In
Would be up 2-story on the coast. In like I don't want to be in like the Gold Coast. I want to be just like down south somewhere in WA where it's
Yeah.
just like no one's gonna find
Go
me.
Falcon. Host some B&Bs.
Yeah, that won't be happening. But yeah, I think that's what I'd do. Just like set up this sort of setup. We could just live the life, do whatever the fuck we wanted. Worry free.
That's because like, but you need to have some worries to have a good life. Like if you
I don't
win,
think so.
you can't just live off that forever. Like how boring would that be?
You'd be pretty.
You need to do something.
Like yeah, I think you could do. I'd then
you have
invest it.
hobbies and such.
I'd invest it, and you could just become
I
like
guess people. Yeah.
So you can just become like a profile in the sense that you could we could just run a podcast network. We could get like all the kings of Perth.
That would be fun.
We're doing podcasts and it's like, yeah, fuck it, we got the cash to do it. Let's all just we'll just deck out an office and let's just do it. It's everything that we wanted to do.
That'd be fun.
Because
Because
just
it's
make it
basically
happen.
like you can do whatever you want and there's no risk.
I guess that would be that's a better way to look at it rather than just being like, I'll just buy sick cars and just chill out.
It's
Yeah,
like
not
Do
about
nothing.
that.
Yeah, no.
Like bring other people along for the journey and just be like, yeah, well, this is what we've got. We've got an opportunity if you can
Yeah.
get on board.
Let's live a life.
Yeah, if I won the lotto, I would be such a dick at my leaving drinks.
Would you do something? Would you be an asshole? Like I don't think I could be.
Nah.
an
I don't think
a-hole.
I would. I personally wouldn't like.
I'd be super respectful, but I'd disappear. I'd just go off.
I don't know. I get a bit like because obviously like imagine winning 80 mil. 80 mil is in your bank account. Like like 80 mil is a lot of money, but you don't really know how much 80 mil is. I feel like I
true.
would keep working and try not to use that as much. You know,
Nah,
keep
I'd
it as like
stop-
a backup.
I'd probably stop 80 mil. I think I'd stop working.
If you invested that, you would even in like a
I mean, obviously, I'll
you
go
would
to
make
people who are a
more
lot
money.
smarter than me.
you would make more money from the interest and stuff than you would from an actual job.
Oh, fuck yeah. Like, I think that worked out that if you had that much money, every week you'd make like 10, 20K just in interest alone.
Must be nice.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So you wouldn't, they wouldn't
You'd
be,
be alright.
there wouldn't be
Yeah,
much point
the
in like
rich get richer, as they
ripping
say.
tickets at the cinema
Oh,
complex.
actually, maybe I would do that. I love working. It's so fun.
Oh.
No, fuck.
Now I gotta edit that. Thank you.
This guy.
It's actually so fun.
We had some good replies though.
Yeah, we did. We had some great replies. What would you boys do?
just
I
thought-
liked. There was one from Sal.
What would you do?
Oh, what would I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably just buy a nice house somewhere. I think I'd read a lot,
Oh yeah.
Cool.
chill out, and then yeah, I guess find some hobby or something that I really like doing.
That's pretty modest.
Like podcast.
Yeah.
Like golf, like smacking your mum in the head with a golf ball.
One of my boys, Adam Quill, mentioned him before, said, all on red, double it.
That's such a dumb.
Risky. But then if you're also living like a relatively affluent life, you may as well.
No. No.
Like,
no.
why not, baby? You basically didn't have that the day before. You might have twice of the day.
Who'd you say? Sal had a good one?
Sal had a good one, yeah.
Which was?
Buy a house and then $79 million in lotto tickets. There was a group of
Boy, oh boy.
There was a group of students at MIT who did that. They bought every single like possible combination of lotto tickets,
Yep.
and they made money.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know how. I don't know how you do that, but yeah. Anyway, Liam Rafferty sits in my boat. He wouldn't tell anyone. He'd just. I think it's cooler.
Keep it on the down.
Try and live your life. Like I'd literally just go down south. I would buy heaps of real estate in lots of different joints, and I'd just text all the boys about, all right, next week, you got the week off, just on me.
Yeah, you don't want people to know how much money you have.
No, but
I don't think I'd want to tell people.
Nah, I'd just make it all. I'd be just like, yeah, you're coming along for the ride, but
Yeah.
never ask how much and never question or never ask for anything. I'll suss ya. Don't ask.
Yeah, maybe be like E in not E.
Yeah.
the main Vince.
Oh, Vince
in
and Entourage.
Entourage.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah.
brings the boys along because he's got the
Yeah.
cash. He's got all the contacts.
He does bring the boys along.
But you don't want to be bored. You don't want all that shit without some mates.
Exactly. Do you know what? One of my boys is back, baby. Leonard Lee is back.
Leonard
Leonard
Lee.
He went
What
off the
about-
grid.
what
He
about
didn't.
day one
He didn't
fan?
reply. He didn't message. He didn't do anything for months. But he's back. He says, "Create a business that I've always dreamed of creating."
I'd love to know more about that business.
Maybe one day
Maybe.
there'll be a business run by Leonard Lee,
Leonard Lee Incorporated.
and we'll know that's why.
There's a lot of good ones in here. Bitcoin from you, Joe.
Big
Like-
Ed said, "Buy stocks in the MacPack podcast."
I like that. We're big on that. Tommy Smith. Tommy Smith is an absolute king. Tommy
King.
Smith's been doing a little bit of assistance
On the
with us on the
TikToks,
TikTok.
He's
So
king.
you would have noticed that a few of our TikToks are looking a little bit flasher
looking a little bit cool.
Yes.
with that blue text line. Thanks to Tommy Smith. He said, this is relevant as well, so he's obviously listening. Buy an unlimited supply of minus 196.
That's a strat.
Maybe
I
buy
like
the
that.
company with that.
I like that.
Yeah, legit. You could start a brewery.
Yeah, you could easily buy it for 80 mil, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Edmund, buy as much stock as you can in the Mac Factory.
You
just
could
say
buy a
that.
fucking NBA team.
I don't think you could.
I don't know.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think they'd be more expensive than that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Shit.
But there you go. If
And you
we'd-
put it all on red, then buy an NBA team.
Do you reckon we'll ever see a mill? Do you reckon between the three of us, we'll see a millie?
In total.
Yeah.
Baby, next year, baby.
Hell yeah.
Jesus. All right, boys. This week we asked the people of Perth, what sort of Christmas movie is your favorite Christmas movie? What sort of movie is your favorite Christmas movie?
There are a lot of great Christmas movies.
What Christmas movie is your favorite
But
Christmas movie?
There's one that defeats them all.
Hit me.
Alvin and the Chipmunks, #1.
It's a Christmas film.
The first half is very Christmassy. They sing their Christmas song, the hula hoop song.
Christmas time for cheer.
Oh boy,
Banger.
I always like.
putting me to sleep.
I love it. I love a Christmas movie, but yeah, those movies that are almost like secret Christmas movies, where it's the movie's going along and then all of a sudden
Christmas.
snow starts to fall. It's fucking Christmas.
No.
You've been hit by a Christmas movie.
They go hard, bro.
I reckon for mine it's the Santa Claus series. You know, like Tim Allen. 1, 2. I think it's
Classic.
1, 2, 3.
They are classic.
I think
Yeah.
number one. No, which one's number one? No, I didn't mind 2,
Two's good.
where Charlie's like
Charlie's
doing
a
the
cool teenager.
Yeah, he's doing the graffiti. I really relate to him.
I also love that in that he rebels, and what does he do? He graffitis a cross mark on the Christmas tree in school.
Oh, is that what he
It's
did?
the opening scene.
Saints.
Just rebelling against the man, Santa Claus.
Tim Allen's just the king as well. Tim Allen's almost the king of Christmas. He's in.
Yeah, or
he's in
Jesus.
Cranks.
Yeah, I fucking love Christmas of the Cranks. Is like not a great movie, but I love it.
It's good.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Another classic one is Polar Express.
I hate that film so
Do you know
much.
why?
I hate it so much.
Is it because of the characters?
Yeah, they look weird.
They look
They're
weird, yeah.
That's
irky.
actually from a phenomenon called the uncanny valley, which is like
Yes.
things look like there are objects and human kind of lookalikes that look so much like human, but there's just something off with it that your brain's like, something's weird. And
Yeah.
it makes you feel weird because it's like your instincts are saying, that's not right.
Yeah,
It's
a
like
thing,
if an
man.
alien walked in here and was like, it like body formed into one of us. You'd be like, that looks exactly like Joe, but it's not.
Yeah, it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, there's the thing. So it starts out, you've got like cartoons that don't look like humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go up to human, and there's a section like at the 90, like it's almost just right,
Yeah.
where it drips down into the uncanny valley, which is like gives you the freaks.
Oh, right. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's an actual
Scary
thing.
as fuck.
And it
Why do
comes
they decide to do that then?
No.
It wasn't deliberate.
It's often it's like an accident. So some people, the Lion King, they thought that the animals in that are a bit uncanny valley because they look so much like real lion.
Like the new ones?
Yeah, but you can tell that they're not it.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, really?
I didn't mind it with Lion King.
Yeah, it's more the Polar Express.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Especially the
was
kid. The
weird.
kids make me feel a bit sick.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's like
They make me
you have
feel
so much
nauseous.
like.
Why do they make me feel nauseous?
Yeah,
Why
I
is-
feel
you have
like
so
I'm a bit
much-
lightheaded. I don't know.
You
Why
have so
does
much
why does the
empathy.
Polar Express make me feel nauseous?
You have so much like empathy for like some of the characters. But why? They're, like,
And
just
that weird kid. What's the kid who's just like
The
a
meme kid?
Yeah, what's he do? We said something dumb. So many people at home are gonna be yelling.
Yeah, I
like,
can't remember that meme. I can't remember what it was. But
The
also
meme
like
was like the Mo Bamba sicko mode one.
yeah, like the girl especially, her like freckles and everything just make you seem like I swear I know someone.
That looks like that.
Yeah, but I don't. It's just her.
Yeah, no.
I
And the
do-
weirdest part is fucking Tom Hanks plays like every character in that movie.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is a king.
Voice acts like 8 characters in that movie.
Yeah, right.
And all the motion. They
You know
did mocap for that.
this is the meme. This guy.
Yeah.
Wait, no. There's a guy on TikTok that actually looks
I know.
like
Did you see this?
No.
He
There's a
looks
guy on
exactly
TikTok
like
that
it.
is him.
Sorry.
People reckon the Grinch.
The
Oh,
Grinch
yeah?
is good.
The Grinch is good. Grinch
I've
has a
never,
good
I've
moral.
never seen the Grinch.
You gotta watch it. It's actually a classic.
Nice.
Cars 3.
Cool.
Cars 3, I haven't seen.
That's
No,
not a
yeah.
Christmas film.
You know what? You know it's a movie that's not really a Christmas movie, but I always relate it with Christmas?
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Why?
Because they always come out in December. So it's
Okay.
like right before Christmas. And also the lightsabers. They got real Christmas light vibes to it.
That's fair. Elf's good.
Elf, I love.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Will Ferrell.
Big cool.
It's not funny.
Big
Yeah, I
cool.
reckon.
I don't
There's
mind
also there are some Christmas movies that are like classics that everyone loves, but we didn't watch them as kids. So
Someone actually said they liked the Polar Express.
Yeah.
I really like
It
this
is good.
music
No,
in
it's
it.
not.
No, it's really good.
Yeah, dude, when he freaking rings the bell
And he hears it.
he hears it, and everyone else doesn't believe in Christmas.
I find that like the
I'm vomiting by that point.
I
man.
find the whole Uncanny Valley thing also adds to like
The magic of Christmas.
it just adds to the movie because it's like you're so engulfed in this world that feels so real, you know.
Nah.
It like gives a feeling that other Christmas movies don't give.
No. Maddie, how do you say her name? Sorry.
Maddie Holling.
Maddie, yeah?
Yeah.
She was Sydney in the first ever episode
Yes.
of the podcast, yeah?
Yes.
She got in contact with us and asked us specifically around advent calendars.
Yes. So for those that don't know, an advent calendar.
What does it runs from 1 to 24, and it's basically a countdown
Or
to Christmas.
or a count up.
Well, that's the question.
The question was, do you start it on the 1 or do you start it on the 24?
It's an interesting dilemma
It's very easy.
because either so
And
what,
it was a
it's
landslide.
it's the date.
It was a landslide.
It's the date of December is what you open. Is
yeah,
that correct?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because 93% of people said you open the first one on the number 1, which would mean you'd work up in ascending order.
And
So
the last one is 24,
I think so.
which is a bit odd.
Do you know why is it not 25?
You don't get a chocolate on
You
the
don't get a
day.
chocolate on Christmas.
Oh, there. I don't know. I can't say the last time I've had one. But yeah, if you have any questions, be sure to let the MacPack know. We'll basically do some crowdsourcing and we'll get the gang to organise.
Yeah,
exactly.
so I think she had seen someone else do a poll.
I think she done a poll. I think she did a poll.
And it's almost like she's like, "No, I need a bigger sample size."
Yeah, we
So
got.
if someone's disagreeing with you,
Someone's dissing your fly girl.
It's so it's so weird to count down. Like it's not a countdown. You're counting through the days of December. You're not counting down.
Love Actually.
but-
Love Actually.
oh, fucking best film ever.
I think Love Actually is very good. I've only seen it like twice.
Never seen it.
Do you remember 2 years ago I did the Love Actually
Yes,
clip?
the infamous scene in Love Actually where
Which post that on
Rick from
Christmas?
The Walking Dead tries to steal his best friend's girlfriend.
Dog.
Yeah.
And another thing with that movie,
So me and a mate, we did like a Christmas What is it? What was
So
it
we
called?
were going to a Christmas party.
Yep.
And the theme was like prom.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
everyone got paired up with someone else who's going to the Christmas party.
Hell yeah.
And you had to do a promposal video.
Yeah.
And the best promposal video won the prize or whatever.
And we came tied first, which was a shame.
Rough.
Controversial.
Rough.
Especially because my partner didn't vote.
Ooh.
Oh.
He's an absolute king, Lukey Turley. All right, we can share
got
it.
it.
Should we
Yeah.
share the video?
Yeah.
I'll see
Do
if I
you
can.
have it?
I'll see if I can find
We'll
it.
share it on Christmas.
We can share it. Oh, it's a bit.
So it was
It's
him coming to the door.
There's a kissing scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You guys really want to do it.
Yeah, it was good. Not the
Yeah.
kiss. I mean, like the video. Nah, it was good.
It was good.
We'll share it.
It's a good way to start your Christmas.
We'll definitely share it. We're seeing Love Actually in a
We are, and we have a Love Actually themed game that I'm cooking up.
2 weeks time.
In
We'll
2
get to that in
weeks'
2
time.
weeks time.
Hell yeah.
Stay tuned. All right, boys, that brings us to one of our favorite weekly segments. It's time for our Everyday Hero.
Hell yeah! What do you got in store for
Oh,
us today, Jakey?
This one is an absolute rip snorter. So, one of the clients that we work for is on Queen Victoria Street. Now, across the road from Queen Victoria Street in Fremantle, there is there's a Centrelink. Shout out to the team at Centrelink.
Shout out.
Let's
Centrelink.
go.
And there's also like little, I think there's
We
like
missed the opportunity.
government funding places, right?
Let's go.
Government funding.
Helping out the boys who aren't getting the help they need. And girls.
Let's hear it again. For government funding.
80 mil in the bank.
we spoke
Are these
spoke
going?
about 80 mil about 20 minutes. And now we're chatting about government. Anyway, so
The other side.
Yeah. See how the other half live. Hey Gladys.
oh, we truly are the biggest Venn diagram of listeners in WA. What was I gonna say? Oh, so I was leaving the other day, and now there's a little bit of a. I'm not gonna say they're a rough community, but they're definitely
Yeah.
not like
Not a soft community. Yeah.
not like the Dalkeith Kings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was leaving the residence that I was at, and there's usually like there's a fair bit of like drug use going on the street. There's a lot of just public drinking. Can you not?
We're going to use that airline one.
Can you just not? Can you not?
Hey, it's
press that?
Friday somewhere, you know.
And anyway, so I walk out, and there's usually just like there's a scene, right? There's a lot going on. There's a real fucking Fremantle sub scene happening, right? Yeah, it's the real down unders. Now, on this occasion, like I often walk past, if you stand in the place that I'm at for half an hour, you just watch drug deals happen. You watch police just like stop and then
Do their
immediately
rounds.
disappear. One chick got dropped off from hospital. I didn't even know they did that.
The old reverse ambulance.
Like it was literally like the ambos pull up, right? And I'm going, oh fuck, like shit is hitting the fan. I've just seen someone just walk around the back of this house, right, with another dude, and they looked dodgy as all fuck. And then an ambulance pulled up, and I was like, oh shit, like he's immediately just overdosed within 5 minutes. This is not pretty. And then they start wheeling this chick out of the ambulance like they're doing a refund policy. I was like, what is happening? Anyway, on this occasion, like there's just random people strolling around. These individuals that I saw on this day, one was on, keep in mind, there's low socioec, and then there's like quite a
Yeah.
barometer, and then there's this group, right? Significantly under this bunch. Now, I was walking back to work from the client, and there was this chick who had a plastic bag and was having, I don't know what was in the plastic bag, but she definitely consumed whatever was in there because she was having quite a bit. She was feeling herself. She didn't know what was going on, but she thought she did. She was really enjoying herself, and she was on like a bicycle, right?
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this is quite. And she looked, you know how like you don't want to pigeonhole them, but a large percentage of ice users look quite
Similar.
Like the venues and I.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just putting 2 and 2 together, and she looks like a user, a current user, like right now, current. And she's riding around on a bike, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty. That is what it is."
You work, bro.
And then I looked to her right.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't going very fast on the bike. I was like, what the fuck? And I've looked down, and as they've come around the corner, she's with what appeared to be an even older person in that same demographic who was also currently using a recreational substance. And she was in what I could only call like an old person's, not a wheelchair, but one of those little go-go cars that they get on.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And she was going, it's sort of, she was going at max pace. To try and keep, and it was just like the 2 slowest people I have ever seen. But the chick on the bike was going so slow that she was almost falling off. Like, you know how when you're trying to ride a bike, and you can't really ride it.
You get speed wobbles. You get the slow wobbles.
Yeah, like if you're not riding it fast enough, the thing's just starting to tip.
Yep.
Now, unfortunately, on this occasion, this chick is just like riding really, really slowly next to the chick who's going at max pace on her. She wasn't even going max pace. She was going so slow, but to her it would have felt like fucking 1,000 miles an hour. And she just had her like plastic bag of goodies, like she'd been out on Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Just on the handlebars of her bike, and she's just going so slow and chatting to her friend in the
go-go.
And the chick in the go-go looked about 95, and she looked about.
Was she doing ice as well?
Yeah, it appeared to be. It just, yeah.
But they weren't getting much speed.
No. But anyway, it was at that point in time I looked at these two and went, like she could be going so fast on that bike, but she's not. She's waiting for her pal, her much slower pal, who's in the bike, and I just went, you know what? Sometimes it's just good to have a friend, right? And you know, whether an $80 million winner and you've just won $80 million with 50 of your curvaceous friends,
Yep.
or you've just won yourself a bag of goodies for your Friday night,
Of course. Or your Friday.
or lunch,
Day.
yeah, whenever you decide to shoot out.
It's actually a Tuesday.
It actually was. It was Monday. It was Monday. It was like 1
we all
o'clock.
hate Mondays.
Yeah.
yeah. Do it in your own way.
And I just thought, you know what? Just look at these two, just thick as thieves. Probably, thick as thieves. Just hanging out with each other and just going at their own pace. There's not a worry in the world.
Exactly.
But it's better than doing, like, she could have just left her in the dust to, like, do life by herself. But she was like, you know what? We're all cooked and we're all just going to hang out together and do it at our own pace. And I just thought that was real good community values.
It's
Really good community.
it's about
Really good community.
It's almost
values.
like
the boys looking out for each other.
Yeah,
the gals looking
the
out
gals,
for each
we're
other.
looking out for each other. So
You can't leave your gal in the dust.
no, you hope not. And mate, this was Monday of last week. So the Powerball was drawn on Thursday. You never know. They could have been on their way to curves. Maybe.
never know.
But mate, swings and roundabouts and bikes and really slow Zimmer frames. But it is what it is, and that's why this week's everyday hero goes to the very thoughtful bicycle riding pair.
the bicycle icicles.
Yeah, for always looking out for each other.
Oh yeah. Even in times where no one else is.
That'll do. All right, boys, that brings us to the end of another episode of the MacPack Podcast. Joe's already packed up. Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure to sit down next to you two for episode 63 of the MacPack Podcast.
It always is.
We said off the top it's going to be an absolutely massive episode next week. We cannot wait to have Mr. Luke Jackson joining us on the podcast. We're probably going to have to tidy up the ship a bit. We've talking about some rogue topics tonight.
Yeah, we got them all out of the woodwork.
Yeah, all the heebie-jeebies are done. We'll be quite professional next week because we're joined by fucking the Prince of Perth. Bit of Perth royalty is joining us next week on the MacPack Podcast. We cannot wait. Make sure if you haven't already given us a review on Apple Pods, be sure to do so. We got one this week actually. This was not planned, so we'll just quick.
We did say last week, didn't we?
Quick.
Was it last week?
Yeah, I think last week we said.
Yeah, be more like this guy. We're gonna find out.
reading
This girl.
reviews.
We're gonna find out who it is.
It was Ed.
Who?
Ed? Is it Big Ed?
Yeah, probably. I told him to.
Shout out to Big Ed.
It might be Ed.
Big Ed, well, Ed Smiley Face said, love the potty boys, exceptional work. Always been a day one. Keep up the good work and can't wait for what the future has for y'all.
Exactly. That is
Aw,
Big
that's
Ed.
real nice.
So thank you to Edmund. If you're enjoying the podcast, make sure that you jump on Apple Podcast and give us a little 5 stars and a review. We'll be sure to read it out.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we'll be having Lukey Jackson on the podcast next week.
Do you know what's crazy? You could leave a review. And Luke Jackson could read it out for us.
That could be huge. If we get
you want
okay,
Luke Jackson to read, you're fucking shit, bro.
that's a big ask. We'll see what we can
do it.
We'll see what we can do. But yeah, if you have questions for Lukey, make sure you ping him in. If you have stories about Luke, make sure you get them in quick because yeah, it's literally all happening
24 hours.
within
we're
like
sitting here with
24 hours of this dropping. So make sure you get all your stuff in quick. And if you want to request that Luke Jackson reads out your review, add that on the back end, like just add that onto your review. And we'll see what we can do.
Oh, yeah.
Boys, pleasure, honor, privilege.
Always is.
Until we do this next week on the MacPad Podcast. Please remember to stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to
Go give your mama a hug.
especially when she hits by a golf ball, especially when she gets hit by the golf ball.
Exactly.
Ciao for now. Bye, not forever.